I'm here with Derby Telegraph chief football writer Steve Nicholson following the Rams' 3-0 victory over Brighton at the iPro Stadium. Steve, what did you make of that?
Well, it was a great response, first of all, from the Leeds defeat a week ago. Steve McClaren's just spoken in there about the focus of the players during the week in training. He just felt they were ready to respond, and it was certainly a determined display. The first 20 minutes they blew Brighton away. 3 goals in 20 minutes, 3-0 up. It was game over. They played with great tempo, great energy, great purpose, determination, and then once a goal or two went in, real belief then. And Brighton had no answer to it. I was a little bit surprised they didn't put up more of a fight in those opening 20 minutes, but they were just blown away. And when Derby play like that, there's no team in this division can live with them in the 20 minutes they showed then. There's a bit of frustration for the final 20 minutes of the first half. They kind of lost a little bit of control, but anyone who's kind of played the game will know that when you're so much on top and you get a commanding lead at 3-0, it's natural now and again just to step down a bit because you feel in control of the game. And what happens is the opposition, their game plan goes out the window. They've got to have a go anyway, so it becomes a little bit messy, a little bit bitty. They didn't concede, that's very important. And the second half, I thought, to be honest, Derby were on top most of the second half. They could have scored more goals. Lee Grant wasn't really tested, and I'll be honest, those who know me will know what I think about clean sheets, and I'd rather have kept a clean sheet than had a fourth goal. I think 3-0 is good enough, and as I say, good 3 points and a fantastic reaction from last week.
And Chris Martin back on the score sheet with a couple of goals.
Yeah, international hangover. I never believed any of that nonsense, I'll be honest with you. We all know he didn't have a great game for Scotland against England. He came off at half time. He hadn't scored since then for Derby, and people were saying, oh, is that affecting him? That was never going to affect Chris Martin. Those who know him know he's a confident lad. He's confident in his own ability. He's good enough in this division to score goals. He will score more goals. Took his tally to 14 with 2 goals today. He got 25 last season. I don't think there's a better centre forward in the Championship, and as I say, I never had any doubts that Chris Martin would score again.
And it sets it up nicely for next weekend and a bit of a top-of-the-table clash at Middlesbrough.
Yeah, it does. I just mentioned to Steve McClaren, I said, well, you've enjoyed that win over Brighton for 20 minutes. Now he starts thinking about the Middlesbrough game, and that's what coaches are about. They're always thinking to the next one straight away. And Middlesbrough had a thumping win at Millwall, 5-1, I believe. Steve McClaren's old team. Derby didn't do themselves justice at Middlesbrough last season. I think they lost 1-0. Didn't play very well, and Middlesbrough going well. I like their coach. I think he's got them in good shape. Defensively, they're strong. So it's going to be a fascinating tussle up there next week. The game of the day, top versus fourth, I think Middlesbrough are. And I'm looking forward to see how Derby handle that. But as I say, if they play like they did in the first 20 minutes here, any team in the division will find them tough.